welcome back to the craft room. I am so glad that you could join me here in the craft room. Sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I did a quick garden update, kind of. I showed you pictures, but I directed you to my blog, which the link for that is in the description of yesterday's blog, or you can just go to the blog, which is in the description down below for today, and see more information on my garden and what's going on with that. We had a bunch of extra stuff to do yesterday, and after I got done taking care of my garden and we got all that other stuff done, there just was no time for making a blog. But I already had the pictures taken, or making a video, but I already had the pictures taken for my blog, because I'm also putting all the information, all of it anyway, over there. More so than I am on here. But anyway, this is going up for Wednesday, and I do have a post going up for Wednesday on my blog for WIP Wednesday, or what you're working on Wednesday, or whatever you want to call it. So I thought I would show you the one item that I do have finished. I'm shuffling stuff, hang on. I rearranged my craft room just a little bit. I moved one of my little cabinets that I recently got from a storage unit you guys seen, and I swapped it with just a little table that I have. That if you watched my sewing video, it's what I had my sewing machine on, that little table. I swapped them. So you can see this yarn cabinet instead of the other one now. But anyway, the one project that I do have finished, and I still have a tail because I did not have my sewing needle with me. This is the solid color ribbed hat that I've been working on. This is ribbed all the way down, and I've made several of these here lately, so if that looks familiar, it is familiar. And on the bottom here, instead of doing a single crochet with a back loop, I did a half double crochet with back loop, just to make it go a little bit quicker, because I was getting kind of tired of this solid color. If you guys been around for a while, you can understand that. And yes, but I did make a solid color hat. Very proud of myself. And I don't know what color this is, but I do know it most likely is a red heart color. So I will add this to my bucket. And I have completely lost track on how many hats that I have. I know I kept track. I have it written down, but I'm going to go back through and recount one of these days what's in my bag, and put a piece of paper in there how many hats are actually in the bag. Because I did give a couple hats away to a friend to give to one of his people at work. So, down to, but I think I'm doing alright. I should be getting close to 50, I think. So, that's the only finished project that I have to show you guys. The next project that I have to show you, and these are the items that are going to be in my bag for probably, no guarantee, I won't start something new, but this is the plan. These will be in my bag for the rest of the week, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably Sunday. If I get something finished, or I get tired of something, or I get another idea or inspiration, there is no guarantee that I won't start something else. But I'm going to try and work on these and get them finished the best that I can. Now, you guys seen this one. I have not done any more on this since the last time you've seen it. But this is that same ribbed hat that I've been making. This is actually made with some yarn bee. I think it is, yeah, no, it's baby bee from Hobby Lobby. And with this, since it is a size 3 yarn, I'm using a size H hook. Or with the size 4 yarn, I'm using a size I for the same pattern on this. So far, it seems to be working. This will be a light hat. As you can see through those pretty good. But Kansas doesn't always have freezing ice cold winters. However, I got kind of discouraged with this hat. One reason I put it down, I was working on it pretty good last week. I think it was Sunday that I was working on it. It's about the only day I had a chance to work on it last week. But we had a birth here. I was going along and my yarn was tangled, and this whole wad just came out. So I shoved it back in my bag because I didn't want to deal with it. That's where it's going to go. Back in the bag, because I'm still not ready to deal with it. but I do want to work on it some more. So it will be going back in my bag, that projects that I'm planning on working on. The next project that I want to show you is one that I started here a while back. Still going on it. I put it away for a while because I got interested in crocheting again. But I'm using this, I love this yarn. This is the colorway, what is it, Jazzed Stripes? Jazzed Stripes? Yes, Jazzed Stripes. And I am actually doing this is for the knit hat. This is the starting grid hat from Smells Like Yarn website. That's what Ross's look like. But honestly, mine's a little different. If you I'm dropping everything now. If you remember, I had started the ribbing like normal, but I did not like it because it was so loosey-goosey and flopsy that it looked horrible. So I frogged it all, and I am happy to say I am finally pulling. Ooh, sirens. I'm finally pulling from the skein again, so that means I have used up all that yarn that I had frogged and wound around this. But what I went ahead and decided to do, and this is a little slightly different from the pattern, is I decided to just go ahead and start with the starting grid pattern, which is the body of the hat, instead of doing a knit one, purl one, or knit whatever purl ribbing, which the starting grid is a 2 pattern repeat. One row is knit, next row is knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, and then knit, knit, like just keep going. So I decided that I was just going to do that all the way up from the bottom and just make a solid hat that did not have any ribbing, because there is no curling at all. Now I am currently on a knit purl row. This is what it looks like so far. I absolutely love the way this looks. It is so amazing. But how I signify, since I don't want to write down every little, you know, row 1, row 2, row 1, row 2, that's what I do in a lot of my patterns. I use a stitch marker, one of those safety pin stitch markers, which I happen to have it attached to the drawstring of my bag right now. But when I get back around to my beginning spot, which is that red circle in there, I will put that yellow safety pin stitch marker on there, and that lets me know that the row that I'm currently on is all knit. When I get back around here, I take that off, and I know that when I stop, I'm on a knit purl row. So that's how I do that. And just in case that I forget, I did write it down on my piece of paper. So right there, it says knit row, add yellow marker. And that's on the back. I wrote that on the back of the pattern that I printed off. So if you're interested in this, you can go, can you see that? There we go, smellslikeyarn.com. Ross, these are all free on Ross's website. Now, I did start another project. I'm gonna have to get a bigger bag. I have it currently in this bag. I did not have the camo in there. This one was not in there. This was actually in my tie-dye bag, but I've been using this bag, but I'm gonna have to switch over to the other one because this is not big enough for my 3 projects because I did start another one. It is in this bag right here. Whoop. I love this bag. I love this bag. Shiny. So pretty. Anyway, I decided to knit another washcloth. This is a free pattern, and I will try to remember to put the link down in the description box below. But if you just search Maggie's Rags Chinese Wave, it will come up. So this is called the Chinese Wave washcloth. It is from a website called Maggie's Rags. It is a free pattern. And I have it is a 4-row repeat, just like my last one that I did, if you remember that washboard looking one. I did it. I'm going to do it again. But I have my little paper here. I wrote down my notes so that I know what I'm supposed to do each row. And you can see that I am currently on row 2 of the 4th repeat, or yeah, row 2 of the 4th repeat. This is the yarn that I'm using. This is a little bit of leftover. I can't remember what I started using this for, but if I don't have enough, the washcloth will just stop where I run out of yarn. Or depending on how much is left, I might keep going after my desired size until I run out of yarn. So that's an if-then thing here. But this is Lily Sugar and Cream, and this is Capri Ombre. Lily Sugar and Cream goes that way. Can you read that? Capri Ombre. Is it upside down? It is upside down. That's probably why you can't read it. There we go. Kind of. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Let me slide that back. It's got like a turquoisey-ish color and orange and dark blue. But anyway, I just randomly chose this because it was an already started ball and I wanted to use it. And I just dropped my paper on the floor, so I'm going to stick it in the bag. This is what I have so far. I'm going to show you the front of the washcloth because there is definitely a front side and a back side on this. But this here is the front side, and I'm using my wooden or my bamboo circular needles. These are a size 7, and these are the ones for making a hat. But there is a front part of the washcloth. You can see the little waves there. Here we go. Now I kind of think it looks like a sunset. Oh, there we go. That looks nice. Kind of looks like a sunset on the water. I mean, it's pretty cool. Otherwise, I don't know what I would use this yarn for. However, I can tell you that there is already, I'm going to say 2 boo-boos, and they're both on the same row. Because instead of slipping, I knitted. So therefore, to make it all right when I got to the end of the row, I had to slip 2 to make it correct. Now I'm not going to tell you where it is, but it's within the first 4 sections of this washcloth. That's what I got. It's really pretty simple. It's just a row of knit and then a row of slip knit. And then the 3rd row is a little bit more intense, but it's really not that bad. It's really a fairly simple pattern. Now this pattern I have tried, and I do have it printed off somewhere, but I didn't want to dig through my printed patterns to find it, but I know I printed it off because I've tried this multiple times before and I have failed. I have not been able to get the hang of the slips, but I have it now, and I'm going to finish this washcloth. Oh wait, let me show you the back side of it. One thing I like to do because I wonder what the back side of projects looks like too sometimes. But the back of it is just kind of boring. You can't really see the slips because all the slips are on the front side. So that's what the back side of it looks like. But anyway, I'm determined. I'm going to do this. I think I'm starting to understand knitting a whole lot more. And I know I keep putting it down and coming back to it. But I feel that sometimes that's what you've got to do. You've got to try other projects and read other patterns and do other things. Watch videos. I mean, I've been working on, not steadily, but off and on, I've been working on knitting for what, 4 years now? Something like that, 3-4 years. And I think I'm finally getting a grasp of how to do the different things, from doing Tunisian crochet and, you know, trying different things with regular crochet and just watching videos and stuff like that. So therefore, I'm saying if I can do it, you can do it too. Whether you want to try and knit something, whether you want to try and crochet something or do some Tunisian crochet, don't expect it to be perfect the first time. You can always put it down, come back to it, or frog it out and find a different pattern, do something, watch a video. Eventually, it should click. At least for me, it has. So anyway, I hope that's your little piece of encouragement today. I want to thank you for joining me here in the craft room, and I will check back with you right back here in the craft room for my next video.